We're doing a team activity. We have meetings 4 times a year where we get the whole team from all around the country together, and we generally try and do some sort of activity. On one of the 2 or 3 days that we're together. So today we picked coming out here and working for the RSPB for the day.
It's actually quite good to see how much progress we're making, rather than sometimes it can be a little bit tedious when you don't see progress. But here, yeah, it's good. We're all getting stuck in, all got different jobs, and having fun.
Is it hard work?
Yeah, we've got a bit of sweat on, I have to say, in sort of 3 degrees temperature. But yeah, it is hard work, but it's good hard work.
There was a bit of a whinge earlier on, wasn't there, when everyone was standing around waiting and getting the health and safety talk because it was a bit cold. But now they're working. There seems to be a fair bit of giggling going on and a fair bit of competition, so they're okay.
Yeah, quite a bit of testosterone for some of the lads in there, getting in and getting the roots out of the big trees.
Heath is one of our rarest habitats, and in Surrey we've lost between 85-90% of it over the last 200 years. I mean, people in this area think, oh well, there's lots of it, there's Thursley, there's Frensham, there's Hanckley, but really what we've got left are relatively small fragments of what used to be a really extensive landscape. Heathland is really important for a whole suite of things. For a start off, it's the only habitat where you'll find all 6 native reptiles. And on our reserve here, we've got 5 out of those 6. The other one, the smooth snake, unfortunately is very rare and is unlikely to find its own way here. But 5 out of 6, as they say, isn't bad. Also, there are heathland bird species, things like woodlark, nightjar, stonechat, tree pipit, Dartford warbler. I mean, these are all species that are in quite serious trouble. They've all been declining over the past 30-40 years. Woodlark, okay, they've done slightly better than most. There's about 2,500 pairs of those, which sounds great because 20 years ago there were only 240. But 2,500 is still a very, very small population. Before we started any of the heathland work here, there were no woodlarks on this property at all, not one. Last year we had 6 pairs of woodlark. Now that's a phenomenal increase in a relatively short space of time. So it's really encouraging because it shows that conservation work, like the kind of stuff that the Women's Rugby Union are doing for us today, conservation work really does pay dividends. This reserve, in common with practically every other nature reserve in the country, it depends on volunteer labour.
And if someone wants to volunteer, how should they get in touch?
Just get in touch with me. Mike.coates@rspb.org.uk. There's always room for more volunteers.